Hello, movie fans. This is your friendly neighborhood Captain Edmund. How are you all doing today? Today, I'm going to rank the 10 best moments in superhero movies in 2016. Now, we've had some great superhero movies, some not so great superhero movies, but I'm going to rank the 10 best superhero moments featured in movies this year. Before I give my top 10, here are a few honorary mentions. One of the scenes is when Black Panther, he's first introduced as Black Panther and he fights Bucky. That scene was just intense. It was awesome. Another scene is when the Ancient One, she shows Stephen Strange like all these dimensions and like realities and stuff for the first time. And this is really like an acid trip. Like he's flying off to like other dimensions and stuff. It was super great. It looked great visually. And last mention is obviously when Captain America when Steve Rogers he takes down the helicopter when Bucky's inside it and he like brings it down. He like pulls it. Oh my god! I mean, come on. If you're a guy or a girl, you should be impressed by this. I mean, I have a man crush on Chris Evans. The guy is freaking massive. Holy shit! And last but not least, this was another great scene in X-Men Apocalypse where we see Quicksilver, him finally running and him saving everyone's asses in the Xavier Mansion. I mean, this scene was just fantastic. It was so funny, and I love this scene. Coming in at number 10 is a scene from X-Men Apocalypse when Charles Xavier he's on the ground and he's begging Jean Grey to let go to unleash her full Phoenix Force power, and that is exactly what Jean Grey does, and she takes down Apocalypse. This was a fantastic scene. This was a setup, the future, the Dark Phoenix saga, and it was done brilliantly. Good job, X-Men Apocalypse. Coming in at number 9 is a scene from Doctor Strange. Oh, I love this scene. It's when Doctor Strange finally confronts Dormammu and he says,
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
I love this scene. I lost my mind when this scene was happening because this was a really clever way to getting around the problem that every superhero movie has a giant third act with like heroes and villains fighting each other. This was really clever because Doctor Strange he creates a time loop and he confronts Dormammu, and since Dormammu has never really experienced time in the dark dimension in his dimension, he has no idea how to break this time loop, and ultimately he's forced to give in to Doctor Strange's demands that he should leave Earth alone. He should take his minions like Caecilius off Earth. This was a really clever scene. It was done brilliantly. Good job. Coming in at number 8 is a scene from Suicide Squad. This is one of the only scenes I liked or loved from this movie. And this was when Floyd Lawton's Deadshot, he jumps on top of a car, and when he sees those weird looking creatures like running at him, he starts shooting them down. I mean, this was a really badass scene. This proved just how badass Deadshot is. And this was the only scene, I mean, this was one of the first scenes in the movie where I was truly enjoying my time because the scenes prior to this were just pretty bad or pretty boring. But this scene was just, oh my god, this is so much fun. I like this. I love this scene. This was great scene. Good job, Suicide Squad. Now, coming in at number 7 is a scene from Batman v Superman, and this is one of the scenes that, quite honestly, could have been my most enjoyed moment in a superhero movie this year. It quite possibly could have been the best moment in a superhero movie this year, but they spoiled it in the trailers. And this is the scene where Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman are finally sharing the big screen together. This has never happened before. This is historic. Why did they show this to us in the trailers? I mean, I don't know. They're probably stupid. But in the movie, this worked great. This was a great scene. I really enjoyed this scene in the movie. Good job, Batman v Superman. Coming in at number 6 is another scene from BVS, and this was a scene where we finally saw Batman and Superman fighting each other. I mean, this is exactly what the title said: Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. But the BVS part, I mean, after like an hour and a half of the theatrical cut, we were like, when are they gonna fight? Like, give us a good reason why they have to fight. And even though their motivations and reasons were still not justified on them fighting each other, but I mean, this really was a well directed scene. This was a great scene where Batman, he's first of all, in the first half of this fight, he's getting his ass handed to him. He was like, I have this bad armor, I'm pretty sure I can beat him now. But no, Superman just picked him up and threw him away like four times in the fight, in the first half of this fight. It was totally unfair. And the part where Superman is like,
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already!
we were like, yeah, dude, just relax. Like, you can't beat Superman. And that is when he finally uses the kryptonite grenade thingy and he takes down Superman and weakens Superman. He tries to attack the Batman, but then Batman just beats him up again. And I just love the part where Batman, he just like takes like a sink and he just smashes it on Superman's head. Like, holy shit, don't mess with this Batman. He's gonna beat your ass anytime. And I was actually surprised that they chose a winner in this fight because I didn't think they would choose one person as the winner. I thought it would be like a fair fight, like they would just like call it even or a draw, but no. They chose Batman and he kicked Superman's ass in this movie. That was awesome. Now we're finally in the top 5, and coming in at number 5 is the first time we see Doctor Strange fighting Caecilius in Doctor Strange the movie. This was a great scene because Caecilius, he's way more experienced than Doctor Strange, so he knows how to bend, how to manipulate reality and bend space and time according to his will, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was kicking Doctor Strange's ass. I thoroughly enjoyed every part of this scene. I mean, first of all, it was so creative, and the way they used magic, because Kevin Feige said that he didn't just want to use like the way Harry Potter did, where like they just they threw bolts of lightnings at each other. This was way more personal with how to use magic and stuff, and that's exactly what they did. And Doctor Strange, just finally seeing Doctor Strange in his Doctor Strange attire and him creating some magical spells, it was just awesome. It was like a good use of world bending and magic and all of that cool shit. And just, I mean, props to Marvel. It was just was a fantastic scene. Finally, coming in at number 4 was the opening scene, the opening Deadpool montage. This was just so damn funny. I lost my mind, like really, because they had like this really cool ways to like introducing like the actors and actresses in this movie. Like for the director, they were like directed by an overpaid tool. For like Ryan Reynolds, they were like the sexiest man alive. This was just a great, funny scene, and just hats off to Deadpool because they did something extraordinary, like a movie which they didn't think was gonna work, but that worked, and the movie just starts off with a bang and it ends with a bang. It was just a great movie in general. Good job, Deadpool. Coming in at number 3 is a scene from Captain America Civil War when Captain America and the Winter Soldier, they're fighting Iron Man. Not only was this a well-directed scene, this was a really emotional, really poignant scene because we just found out that Bucky is the one who killed Tony Stark's parents, and that is what just causes Tony Stark to just go over the edge. He's after Bucky. He wants to kill Bucky, and every punch which they hit each other with, we as audience members, we felt it because every single punch of this was earned. We understood where every single one of these heroes are coming from. Even though it was awesome as like a movie fan, it was also upsetting. It was sad that they're forced to do this.
You know I wouldn't do this if I had any other choice. But he's my friend. So was I.
Coming in at number 2 is the Batman warehouse fight scene. This fight scene just literally blew my mind. It blew my socks off. First of all, this is like a scene like right out from a comic book. Like the way it was shown, like the way Batman takes down those goons. Wow, like brilliant. And it was so similar to Arkham video games. I mean, this is just how badass and hardcore Batman is. I mean, he just this scene where he like fights like 4 people at once, and he takes them down. Then he starts like beating a person up, and then he takes a person and throws him at like a wall. He breaks the wall. This was holy shit. Like again, this is one of those Batman like you don't want to mess with because these guys. I mean, the moment they took out the knife, I was like, dude, just don't. Like, why do you want to fight the Batman? You're gonna lose. That's exactly what happened. He even like killed one of them. I mean, he probably killed all those people in the warehouse. I mean, this was just wow. This fight just blew my mind away. It was a great, well directed scene. We're finally here. Number 1. This is easily. I mean, this shouldn't be a surprise. Captain America Civil War airport fight scene. This is easily one of the best moments in superhero movies ever, and this is my personal favorite moment in a movie this year. I absolutely loved this fight scene, this giant airport scene with like 12 heroes, them fighting each other. Man, holy shit! I lost my mind. I was laughing throughout the scene. I mean, I loved Spider-Man in this scene where he like Bucky just punches him and Spider-Man blocks his punch. He's like, "You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude. This is Spider-Man. This is who Spider-Man is, and we got it from Marvel." Also, in Ant-Man, he turns into Giant Man, and him like taking out like Black Panther, War Machine, Iron Man. I mean, just everything about this scene was awesome. Like, and we got like Captain America fighting Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch fighting War Machine. We got like Bucky fighting Black Panther. We got Ant-Man fighting Black Widow, Hawkeye fighting Black Widow. Just every possible combination you could think of that was happening in this fight scene. I mean, I just wish we saw Thor and Hulk in this movie as well, but I completely understand because I mean, they would obviously like side with Captain America, and then it would be like a really unfair fight because I mean, come on, Thor and Hulk in a team together with like with the Scarlet Witch, it would just be overpowered, and Iron Man and his team would lose. But I'm glad that they didn't have Thor and Hulk. This was a really personal, but it was just, I mean, I like literally just watched this scene. I could actually watch the scene on repeat the whole day, and I won't be bored because this is just so damn entertaining. Well, guys, that's my top 10 best superhero moments on movies this year. Hope you like this video. I'm going to make a lot more videos this year and next year onwards because second semester, baby, senior year, I'm going to enjoy every single minute of this. And if you like this video, please like, please subscribe, and stay spicy.